Here's an interesting question. Do you think the Breakfast Club could last if you left the show?
Yeah,
You think so?
absolutely.
I don't know about that one.
Absolutely,
I don't know
I
about
do.
that one.
I do.
And shout out to everyone else on the show because me and Envy are cool.
Mm-hmm.
I just think you would have to turn into something else.
The Breakfast Club has reached that strange level of pop culture immortality where it isn't just a radio show anymore. It's a multi-generational background noise machine. It's been on for 15 years, which in radio years is like 3 presidential administrations, 2 Kardashian weddings, and at least 45 different rappers insisting they're bringing New York back. The latest VladTV interview with Charlamagne the God revolves around the million-dollar question: can this radio hydra keep its head if one of the core hosts leaves, or will it pull an everyday struggle and collapse into a sad group project missing its loudest member? Vlad, in classic Vlad fashion, is skeptical. His logic is, if you remove a key ingredient from a dish, you're no longer eating the same meal. Without Joe Budden, everyday struggle turned from a hot mess of good TV into just mess. Vlad argues the Breakfast Club could suffer the same fate, forced to turn into something else. Translation: you might still get eggs, but they're no longer sunny side up. They're powdered, pre-packaged, and only available at airport food courts.
Here's an interesting question. Do you think the Breakfast Club could last if you left the show?
Yeah,
You think so?
absolutely.
I don't know about that one.
Absolutely,
I don't know
I
about
do.
that one.
I do.
And shout out to everyone else on the show because me and Envy are cool.
Mm-hmm.
I just think you would have to turn into something else. Just like, for example, when Joe Budden left Everyday Struggle, it just wasn't quite the same show. It kept going for a little while, but I just think that him being there with academics didn't quite work with academics and other people.
Well, I think that's because that show didn't have the longevity that a Breakfast Club has had. Like Breakfast Club,
I don't know though. You're right, but I don't think that's that.
Breakfast Club,
Heat is heat.
Charlamagne, however, is the human embodiment of a "we good over here" meme. He insists that the brand is stronger than any individual host. His proof: the audience eats up every plot twist like it's Game of Thrones, before the writers got lazy. Angela Yee tweeted the show was officially over and people lost their minds harder than when Netflix cancels a series after one season. A year-long speculation circus about the new host kept fans hooked. Jess prematurely announced she was the chosen one, only for the show to play a round of "are we trolling or nah?" before confirming it later like a Marvel end credits scene. Even Jess's maternity leave became a cliffhanger, with Lauren LaRosa stepping in as the temporary love interest before Jess's dramatic return.
Yeah, but Breakfast Club is a habit to a lot of people. And I think that's what people forget about radio, man. When you wake up in the morning and you jump in your car or you commuting and you listening to, Breakfast Club on that iHeartRadio app, we've been there for 15 years. And I'm gonna tell you how you know this, right? Think about when Angela Yee announced she was leaving. She did it with a tweet. She said, "The Breakfast Club as you know it is officially over." Immediately, social media goes fucking crazy. Like, I get this super viral. It's on USA Today, front page to page 6, all it, like, it's everywhere, right? Like, people trying to figure out what's going on. Then she announces that she's got a new show. Then you fast forward when Lauren LaRosa is there. People become attached to that storyline, like, yo, what's up with Lauren? And then I skipped something. People got attached to the storyline of, yo, what's going on? Like, who's gonna be the new host? We were able to do that for a whole year.
It's true,
right?
Yeah.
Then people wondered who was going to be the new host because they weren't sure it was going to be Jess because, Jess went out there and announced it prematurely, and then we started playing with people again to make sure to let people know we don't know if it's going to be Jess. Everybody got caught up in that. Then we did the big reveal and it was Jess, and everybody was like, yeah. Then Jess goes on maternity leave, and it's this Lauren LaRosa woman there. And then when Jess comes back, that's a whole big thing. So people are really invested in the storyline of the Breakfast Club, and I appreciate that investment.
Charlamagne's thesis is simple. The audience is less in love with any single host and more addicted to the drama of the revolving door. The Breakfast Club isn't just a show, it's reality TV with microphones. He also points out the obvious. The clash here is philosophical. Vlad believes chemistry can't be cloned. Charlamagne believes brands can outlive bloodlines. Vlad sees the Breakfast Club as fragile Jenga. Pull one piece, the tower wobbles. Charlamagne sees it as WWE. You can swap wrestlers, bring back legends, kill off storylines, and the fans will still tune in to watch someone get smacked with a chair.
So I think with the right talent, the right person, yes, you could definitely keep the Breakfast Club going. I would hope so. I would not ever want to see that morning radio show staple, go away. I think that Breakfast Club brand is strong, and I think that we should always constantly bring in, new talent to keep it going, because we're not gonna be there forever. I know that, people look at the Howard Sterns and they're like, damn, Howard Stern still on the radio even though it's satellite at 71. Or they look at Elvis Duran and be like, Elvis Duran is, I think late 50s, maybe 60. Now, I know radio personalities stay around for a long time, the big boys of the world and everything. I don't know if that's, me or Envy's trajectory. I don't know.
So who's right? Honestly, both have a point. Vlad's argument works in the short term, where the shock of a departure destabilizes the vibe. Charlamagne's argument thrives in the long term, where the audience proves that if you keep dangling storylines like reality show bait, they'll keep coming back. The Breakfast Club has basically gamified turnover, turning who's leaving, who's staying into its own soap opera. In the end, the answer may depend less on who leaves and more on who steps in. Replace a host with charisma vacuum number 47, and Vlad gets to say, told you so. Bring in someone who can banter, troll, and occasionally make Envy sweat, and Charlamagne's prophecy of eternal breakfast might actually come true. Because let's face it, people don't actually stop eating breakfast. They just switch from bacon to avocado toast.